Hi, my name is Paula Aguilera. I'm a registered nurse. I've been a nurse for 11 years now. Not quite sure how that happened. I've been working on oncology for the past 7 years, and that's truly when I found my vocation as a nurse. It wasn't about just the job anymore of giving chemo and checking labs and following a treatment plan. It really became about developing relationships with patients, and that was kind of what the bread and butter of nursing became to me. And I've had the opportunity to meet these most amazing people through all of these treatments that we've been giving. And that's really what has made my career so amazing, is the fact that they allow me into their lives at such a vulnerable point when everything is kind of crashing down around them in a sense. And I get to be there and hold their hand and talk them through it and be their support person, and especially in the pandemic where we can't really have their support system back with them as they're starting this journey. And patients have become family. I've run marathons for patients. I've participated in fundraising events for organizations that I've worked for, all in the hopes of making their lives and their treatments that much better. And it's really more about what they've given me than what I can give them. I am currently applying to family nurse practitioner programs. My intention is to be a nurse practitioner in an outpatient oncology setting, like what I'm working in now, and really back up the experience I have as an infusion nurse to the world of being a nurse practitioner and really bringing the patient to the forefront of care and focusing on the quality of life they desire despite the treatments that they need, and how we can maximize life for them, because it's not just about cancer, which is what we've learned. When a patient gets back to me in the treatment room, the last thing they want to talk about is their cancer. They want to talk about what I cooked last night and how my son is doing, and tell me about their grandchildren's recital or their plans for the weekend. Cancer is just a part of their lives. It's not their whole life. And that's something that I think we really need to focus on, and that I really think as a nurse practitioner I can bring with me to my career and just really make it about them. My goal would be to work in a young adult outpatient cancer center. I think that young adult oncology is the new up and coming population, unfortunately, and we've in the past studied oncology in the young and then in the old, because that was the populations that were affected. But there's this whole new group of patients that's coming up, and we really don't understand a lot about them. And I think we kind of are doing a disservice to them right now, because we don't know enough. We don't know how treatments affect them. We don't know if there's differences in how they tolerate chemo, or if they do better with one protocol versus another. They don't have access to clinical trials because of age cutoffs. And apart from that, they're in such a huge transitional period in their lives. They just started college or graduated or started a job, got married, had a kid, and then you throw cancer into that, and it's a whole different world. And they really need someone to kind of champion them through this and focus on what they want now, but also what their goals are 5 years from now, 10 years from now. We need to focus on things like fertility and long-term effects of chemotherapy. And we also need to remember that they're young adults and they need other people to understand them. And what better way to do that than in a young adult inpatient or a young adult oncology center that can bring them together with their peers. And I think that as a nurse practitioner working in that environment, I can foster trust and I can foster a relationship with them so that they can move through this period in their lives and live the whole life that they have imagined for themselves.
What's your go-to pump-up song?
Timber by Pitbull and Kesha, the best song ever to roll into on a Friday morning when I'm really tired and need coffee.
What's one piece of advice that has been invaluable to you in your life?
I think it's the Gandhi quote that I have tattooed on my foot. Be the change you wish to see in the world. And that's very personal, but it can be very much extrapolated to the rest of the world. But I just focus on myself and being the biggest agent of change that I can be, and being an agent of change for my patients and bringing them joy and bringing them reassurance and bringing them support in a time that can be so difficult. Thank you, FIGS, for supporting healthcare workers around the world and allowing us to pursue our dreams.